Hey everybody, it is me, Vincent, coming to you from outside of Orlando. We've taken a mini road trip and we are here at the Lakeland Antique Mall, a gigantic antique shop known for its classic Disney theme park memorabilia with a growing collection of Universal stuff. So we are gonna step inside the Lakeland Antique Mall to find some vintage Universal history, look through the many aisles of this place, and hopefully find some really cool deep cuts of old Universal shows and attractions. Whatever we can find, I wanna talk about it. So welcome to another episode of Vincent Vision. Watcha! Hey guys, it is me, Vincent, coming to you from the Lakeland Antique Mall. This is a little over an hour away from Orlando. This is a very popular antique mall to visit. It is huge. It has tons of different old knickknacks and plates and china and all that stuff you'd find at any typical antique mall. But what makes it special and unique is that inside there is tons of theme park merch. And there is a lot of Disney stuff here. That's a lot of kind of the content that gets covered when people talk about this place. But today, while I'm here, I wanted to focus on the stuff that I was interested in, which is the Universal stuff. There is actually a lot of old school Universal history inside this building, and I want to show you guys all the really cool stuff that I think is interesting and worth talking about while we're here inside the shop. So let's head to the back and start looking for some Universal antiques. All right, we made it to the back of the Disney showroom. We are in the back of the Lakeland Antique Mall, and I said I wasn't gonna buy anything when I came here because everything is like $1,000 bazillion trillion dollars, but I did find one thing I was gonna get. These little guys right here. These are the 3D glasses from the original Shrek 4D. These are the old school glasses. None of the rides at Universal use these now. They have 1 million of these because around the corner over here, they actually have an entire wall with old props from Shrek 4D. It's not the only props that are here. There are props from Woody Woodpecker's Nut House Coaster. There's actually roller coaster trains from that old ride here. And most recently, rest in peace, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. They've quickly made their way over here to the Lakeland Antique Mall. But I wanted to show you all the Shrek stuff because I actually used to really love the Shrek ride when I was a kid. Right over here, up above me, this is where the 3 little pigs were held in the pre-show of the Shrek ride. They had the brick one, they had the straw one, they had the stone one, and the characters' faces would project on the little opening. There's a lot of torture devices. Remember, you were in Duloc's torture chamber. Now see, what you gotta do is you kinda gotta get back over here, and you look over here, you can see the old 3D glasses dump tray for Shrek 4D, including all the 3D glasses there, and even some kind of torture props from Shrek 4D. This is $225. And I think this is a fan from the Rip Ride Rocket queue. You could also buy that if you wanted. Oh my gosh, in the back. This is an old sign that used to hang in the pre-show of Shrek 4D that talked about Duloc Express. And this is kind of them making fun of the Universal Express. If you ever wanted to skip the line for all of Lord Farquaad's torture devices, you could buy some Duloc Express. Up here is Thelonious, Farquaad's assistant. He was kind of a big villain on the Shrek 4D ride. This used to be in the gift shop for Shrek 4D. When you looked up above, you'd see the honeymoon suite where Shrek and Fiona end the ride, and Thelonious was putting up a little do not disturb sign for them. So for $495, I can get an Islands of Adventure original opening day artwork framed like this. Look at this beautiful art of the port of entry. I don't even know where this would have hung. Maybe at guest services at the front of the park or something like that. 500 of these were made, and this is so cool. This is what you come to these antique malls for, and you're only gonna find stuff like this in a Central Florida antique mall. This here is a gigantic map of Universal Orlando Resort circa, let's see. Oh, this is before Harry Potter, because you can see Lost Continent is all still there. Dueling Dragons is still there. It's pretty wild stuff. This thing is gigantic. This is how many Mii's? 1, 2, 3, 4 Mii's. And it could be yours for the low price of $1,500. Ellison said she wants to hang it right above the couch, so I'm gonna take her up on that offer. All right? It seems like the most recent addition to the Lakeland Antique Mall is all of the leftover props from Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. There are a couple signs that were a part of the building. You know, there's this big, large, check out your photos and videos here sign where you could see your ride videos and your pictures. There's a sign that led people to the elevator, and these giant signs of the characters that used to hang on the sides of the buildings while you waited in line. There was another prop that was here for a little while. They actually had the test seats from Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket that used to be sitting at the front of the ride, and I saw on social media that someone bought them and took them to their house. And I think that person might be a bigger Universal fan than I am. I don't have enough space for that. Now, this is actually pretty cool. This behind me is the Dragula from the 2019 Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe Scare Zone. This is a really cool scare zone at Halloween Horror Nights. This is all dedicated to Rob Zombie, and it had props from all of his different music videos, including the recreation of the Dragula from Dragula. What was even cooler was you could actually sit in here and take pictures inside, and they had a big kind of robot guy alongside with it. I should say, everything in this antique shop is for sale. So if you really wanted to get this Dragula in your house, you absolutely could. Now, I don't think you can drive it to your house, but you can have it if you want it. Another fun Halloween Horror Nights prop here at the Lakeland Antique Mall is right behind me. If you look in the pallets, in the back, these are characters from the Welcome to Scary sign that was at the entrance of the haunted house in 2021. Pretty cool. Another Horror Nights prop that's here at the store are these mannequins, which says they're from the Beetlejuice haunted house, but I'm personally having a hard time trying to pin down what part of the house they were in. I'm assuming like in the afterlife where all the people are waiting to like check in. If you remember these guys from the Beetlejuice haunted house in 2021, please let me know in the comments down below, because I don't really remember them, but I think it's cool that they're here either way. So it turns out the Lakeland Antique Mall is also a really great place to get some vintage clothes and very cool, unique vintage jackets. This is a City Walk Orlando with the old logo from like 1999 to like a couple years ago. It's a big leather jacket though. I don't really know when you'd wear a leather jacket like this in Orlando. What's cool is its opening team, 1999, as you can see over here. And then there's a certain name on there, a certain Tom Williams. Tom Williams, if you may or may not know, was actually Universal's park president from like when it opened up in 1990 all the way until like 2022. He was the CEO of all the Universal theme parks. So I don't know if this is his actual jacket or not. I mean, it's got his name on it, and I wonder if he misses his 1999 City Walk leather jacket. You can find it here at the Lakeland Antique Mall. Oh, now this is pretty cool. This is a jacket from Universal Creative. I love this. I wish this was in my size. This is in a medium. I need at least a large for my jackets. I would totally rock this. You know, it's pretty interesting, I gotta say, the stuff you can uncover in a place like this. Things that would have been, for example, this is a shirt for Universal Studios Shanghai. Not Beijing, Shanghai. And it's in the older font. I think there were plans for Universal Studios in Shanghai many years ago that never came to be, but this is actually kind of a cool deep cut, this shirt right here. Very unique.
Now, one of the most impressive props they have here is the T-70 Terminator. This is an actual one used in the Terminator 2 3D show that closed in 2017. If you remember, early on in the show, once you got into the theater, these big Terminators popped up and they started shooting at targets. This is one of the actual animatronics. You can tell by all the little wires coming from the back of it. Very cool that this is here. I actually got to speak to Eric. He is the owner of Vault Collectibles, and he has collected a lot of this stuff directly from Universal. So if you're looking to buy any of the stuff you see in this video, this is the guy you want to talk to. This is neat. I didn't realize this was here. This was probably a sign that they used for like early park admission or something to direct guests to the Haunting of Hill House all the way back in 2019, if I recall. No, 2021. You can tell because there's a little sticker piece right there, and that's where you would put a directional arrow to go that way or that way.
Oh my god, look at that Jack the Clown Halloween Horror Nights map. And this video, the Experience the Magic of Making Movies. This is like a promo video that they used to have to like promote Universal Studios when it was opening up. So this is at least from like the early 90s, right when the park opened up. That's pretty darn cool. How much is that?
$34.99.
For the map?
Oh no, for the map, $229.
I think this is like the first year that Jack showed up. This is a map of Universal Studios Hollywood when the Transformers ride opened up, signed by Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime. And then over here, this is also signed by Peter Cullen. It's got Harry Potter and Transformers, the two big rides at the time. Oh, right over here, gosh, I'm looking right at it. This is a sign from Bugs Eaten Alive. This was a haunted house in 2022, I believe, featuring BuzzCon. This was featured in one of the rooms in the haunted house. Speaking of haunted houses, the coolest thing here that I really, really like, look at this park map from 1997, $95. You can get an original 1997 park map. It looks to be pretty well preserved. They really need to bring back park maps because it is not fair that we are missing out on cool stuff like this. But I don't know, they don't make them as cool as they used to. Oh, look at this. This is from E.T. Adventure. This is concept art for a trumpet horn, a blueprint for a prop. This is from the Green Planet. I couldn't tell you exactly where this is at in the ride, but it's still very, very cool to see. You can get it for $195. Oh, okay. Never mind. I also like these Halloween Horror Nights shirts that are framed. I mean, if it was me, I would probably buy this and then take it out of the frame, but I don't know if it's my size. But this is from 2012 and features the Welcome to Silent Hill haunted house, a haunted house that I've talked about before in previous videos that I never got to experience for myself. I did go this year, I just didn't do all the haunted houses. 2011, this shirt all the way back. This would be a really cool shirt to have. This has The Thing and Winter's Night, which were two highly regarded haunted houses in Halloween Horror Nights history.
Now, I actually had this shirt for a good long while, and if I had known that I can get $95 for it, I might have held on to it. This is a Farewell Dudes Bill and Ted shirt from 2017. This was the last year they did this show.
Do you recognize this foam right over here? This is grass from the Beetlejuice haunted house. The scene where it's like the little model, I guess that's from the haunted house. A little tiny chunk of it here. This is storyboard art for the Back to the Future ride made by Douglas Trumbull. He was the director of the video for the Back to the Future ride, and they actually have like the storyboard for concepts of the ride. If you look at it, there's a lot of stuff that's not in the actual Back to the Future ride. Things like a traffic jam sequence. There's a part with a woolly mammoth here on the storyboard, but it's just one of the different versions of what could have been the original Back to the Future ride. And it's so cool that they have it here at the store. What's cool is alongside the storyboard, there's actually a bunch of photos from the opening of the Back to the Future ride, including some old school photos of the park. You can see the original Back to the Future show building right over here, and a crowd of people, maybe photographers, celebrities, or something like that, all waiting for the grand opening ceremony to start. Well, there you have it, my friends. Those are some of the things here in the Lakeland Antique Mall. We spent over 2 hours in this place just exploring all the old theme park stuff. You know, fun fact, these glasses here, these are from Shrek 4D. The full name of the show was what inspired the channel name. VincentVision, Shrek 4D presented in Ogre Vision. These were the Ogre Vision goggles. How fun is that, huh? It was really, really nice as a Universal fan to come here and see all of the classic Universal props. Even if it's a lot of stuff from just the recent history, it's still nice to find a place like this where Universal history is being documented, is being preserved, right? So if you're a big Universal fan like me and you want to see some old Universal memories, come to the Lakeland Antique Mall. This is the place to see it. But it is time for me to get on out of here. Thank you guys for watching another Vincent Vision. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're looking for more Universal content, this is the place to do it. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. It really, really does help. Thank you guys for watching another Vincent Vision, and I will see you at the next one. Watch out. Bye-bye.